So today it's been 2 months since I found my purpose, and I figured out what I wanted to do out of this life. Today is August 20th, 2024, and I found my purpose on June 20th. And on this video, I want to share with you guys what my purpose is, what are some of the stuff that I've changed since June 20th, and share a little bit of the progress that I've done so far. So the purpose that I found was I want to change my life and help others to do the same. I want to change my life physically, mentally, and financially. I want to be more charismatic. I want to have more friends. I want to have better relationships, and I want to help others do the same. But first, I got to change my life first, and I'm on a process of doing that. So on that day, June 20th, I had a vision. It was funny because I had just ate some fucking Chinese food. I went to the Chinese restaurant, got some fried rice, went home. I had just bought an eighth of weed. That day, and I smoked the first joint. I went to my bed. I was thinking. I had a roommate at the time. I went to my bed, and I just started thinking a lot about my life. Like what the fuck I was doing. Because I knew I wanted a lot more than that. I wanted to be in shape. I wanted to not be addicted to weed. And to that point, I was battling with my weight. I had like ups and downs. Same thing with weed. I had stopped smoking weed before, and I had ups and downs. And that day, I just had a vision. I had a vision of everything that I wanted to do in my life. Like since that I was looking for since always. I never knew exactly what I wanted to do. The only thing that goal that I had to that point and I had accomplished was getting out of my country, getting out of Brazil. And I did that by myself and without English, without having any friends, and I did that, which is a big accomplishment for me. Because it's not easy. A lot of motherfuckers can do that. Take the steps to do that. So that's the only thing I knew since I was a teenager. I never really knew what I wanted to do professionally or other things. I never knew exactly. And then at 23, I found out this thing called purpose. That you should have a purpose out of this fucking life. What the fuck you want to accomplish in this life? What outcomes you want to have? And I've been looking for my purpose since the age of 23. And at the age of 26, on June 20th, 2024, I found out. I had a vision, and on that vision, I saw everything that I wanted to do, everything that I was doing wrong. And I saw what hobbies I wanted to have, what car I wanted to drive, where I wanted to live, what type of relationships I wanted to have with people, how I wanted to help other people. And my purpose is I want to change my life and help others to do the same. So what have I changed since then? Since that day, I promised myself that I was never going to smoke weed again in my life. I was never going to eat fast food again in my life. McDonald's, Wendy's, Taco Bell, Burger King, none of that bullshit. I also promised myself that I was never going to watch porn again. Never going to watch porn again. Never going to watch pornography. So with weed, I had success. I had success with everything because I have done none of that. And once, I think the difference before was I didn't make a decision to do those things. I tried to smoke weed. I tried to stop smoking weed before, but the reason I couldn't is because I didn't make the decision that I was never gonna do it again. Every time that I stopped smoking weed, I told myself I'm gonna stop for a few months, maybe a year, and then I'm gonna come back. Because I'm gonna take this time off to see when I come back, I can have control over my addiction. But you can't control your addiction. Your addiction, you just gotta cut it out. You can't negotiate with your addiction. If it's affecting your life negatively, you gotta cut it out. You gotta go cold turkey. So with weed, I'm 100% sure that I'm never gonna smoke weed again in my life. Never. Maybe one day I'll smoke cigars. Who knows? I'm not sure yet because, yeah. Maybe one day I'll smoke cigars. I'm not gonna become an addict to this shit, but maybe one day I'll do that. But besides that, I'm never gonna put any smoke in my life, any smoke in my lungs again. Weed, cigarettes. I never really smoked cigarettes like that. Unless like random people, like when you're drunk and you want to smoke a cigarette because you think it looks cool. Besides that shit, and I know I'm never gonna smoke weed again. And with food. So since then, I lost 17 pounds, and I want to get to 200 pounds, maybe 210, because I want to fight MMA, not professionally, but I it's a thing that I've been doing since 2020, and it's a hobby that I have, and I really love that shit. You know, like it's pretty much the only sport that I actually follow, and one day I want to get inside a cage and fight, you know, because it's on my instincts, you know, like in every man's instincts. You're born to fight, you're born to fuck. That's what you're supposed to do. But now we live in a modern society that you cannot do those things, you know, because if you fight somebody, you're gonna go to jail. But not too long ago, maybe 50, 100 years ago, you had to fight, you know, especially before guns. Like before guns were made, you had to fight. You had no other option. You had to fight as a man. But today you cannot do that. So not just because of that, because I actually love MMA and I want to fight, and for that I gotta get down. I want to get down, and also I want to look good, man. I want to look good. You know, like I want to have a body. I want to have a physically attractive body. So I haven't any fast food, but to be honest, I'm still struggling with food addiction. I'm still struggling with that, because different than any other addiction and substance, you cannot cut out food. You know, like I can tell myself that I'm never going to smoke weed again. I can tell myself that I'm never going to drink alcohol again. Somebody that is addicted to gambling, they say I'm never going to gamble again. But with food, you cannot go cold turkey. You cannot cut it out. You gotta eat because you gotta survive. So different than any other substance, you gotta control your addiction. You gotta learn how to deal with that. So I'm still struggling with that. In pornography, I'm never gonna watch porn again in my life. Never gonna watch porn again. I'm not gonna say that I'm never gonna jerk off or masturbate, whatever you wanna call it, because I've been doing it, but now I use my imagination, you know, like, so if I see a hot chick at a gym, you know, like I might just imagine something with her, something like that, you know, but I'm never gonna watch porn again. Why? Because most of us that are probably like 35 and below, maybe even 40, we were raised watching porn since we were kids. Maybe you were raised like looking at the Playboy magazine, or you already had like online porn or some shit like that. And most men out there, I'm not gonna guess exactly, but maybe 90% of men these days, they're addicted to porn, like literally addicted. You know, I have many friends that struggle with porn addiction. I struggle for I never was like hardcore on porn, you know, like I was never like the type of person, besides when I was a teenager, like that had to masturbate every day and shit like that. And maybe we would do like a few times a week, or sometimes I would go like 2 weeks without watching. And it's just not good for our brain, you know, like, because imagine that you as a 20-year-old that have never accomplished shit in your life, you might even be fat, living in your parents' bedroom, you never had sex in your life with a woman, you've seen more naked women than most kings in history, than fucking Alexander the Great, than fucking like the greatest guys in the history of humanity. You might have seen more naked women than those dudes. Maybe you haven't had sex more than those guys, but like since you have access to porn in your phone, like just for you to go on any porn site and you to be scrolling down looking for the scene that you want to watch, you're already seeing like dozens of naked women there, you know. And our brain is not supposed to tolerate that shit. Like you're not built for that. So I cut out porn. And guys, nothing's gonna happen overnight. You know, like I've been doing progress little by little. I lost some weight. I am studying business. I want to open a business. I want to become rich. I want to become physically attractive. I want to become a fighter, not professionally. I want to accomplish a lot of things in this world. I want to live in a high rise. I want to drive a BMW X6M competition. That's the first cool car I want to have. You know, like maybe one day I'll even get a Lamborghini. But everything's a step. Everything is little by little. And now I'm living my life with a purpose. Everything that I've been doing in my life now is with a plan. Also, I started this YouTube channel. You know, like the day after I woke up, I made my first video. It's called I think it's called I'll change my life and help others to do the same, something like that. Because that's my purpose. I want to change my life and then help other people to do the same thing. You know, because there's a lot of people out there that are still struggling to find their purpose, that don't have goals in life, that don't know what they want to accomplish. They just live life on autopilot. And I want to help these people. But first, I gotta change my life first. I gotta help myself so I can help other people. Because nobody want to listen to a fat, broke motherfucker on YouTube. Nobody want to listen to that. I want to listen to myself. you know. So the videos that I'm making now is just to report to you guys and just to document my journey. That's why I'm making this video. Like, I know there's some people that like the messages that I give here, that appreciate the message I send, and like send me like some positive stuff, and sometimes even if you're inspired by me. But that's not my main purpose right now. My main purpose right now is to document my journey, because imagine like 3 years from now I'm in a better situation. 10 years from now, motherfuckers can go back to this video right here and the other videos that I've been making, and they can see where I came from and where I got, and they say, hey man, if this motherfucker could do that, I can do it too. Like, what is holding me to not accomplish my goals? You know, if this dude could do it, I can do it too. You know, and you can always reinvent yourself in this life, no matter what situation you are. There's multiple homeless people, multiple fat motherfuckers that become badasses, you know, multiple broke dudes that became millionaires, you know. So I appreciate you guys that have been following me so far. I appreciate everybody that leave me a positive comment, that support me. And yeah, guys, thank you so much. If you want to follow the journey, subscribe to the channel, and if you like the video, leave a like for me, and let's fucking go.